Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, and today's video is going to be me covering this news that I just heard. Well, I say news, that's actually more of a rumor, so take it with a grain of salt as always. Now this article is coming to us from Bounding into Comics. By the way, go to their website so you guys can support them. They actually do deserve it because they don't BS us like other news outlets tend to do. Now, this rumor apparently states that the Supergirl movie that was initially it was in talks of being made is apparently been canceled, and that Henry Cavill will be back as Superman. Now, like I said, this is a rumor, so please take it with a grain of salt. But if this is indeed true, I am without a doubt happy. I am just happy that we are going to get another Superman movie, and I am excited to see Henry Cavill back as Superman. Now, look, if I'm being honest, and I think I've already mentioned this before because I've never really made it a point to make this a secret, but I have not enjoyed Zack Snyder's DC movies. I'm sorry, I haven't. The cast, however, was never the problem. I never thought that Henry Cavill would have made a bad Superman. I never thought that Ben Affleck would make a bad, Batman. I just thought that the writing that they were given, the script that they were given, the characters that they had to portray were just awful. I did not like them. However, I will admit, the first half of Man of Steel, I actually liked. Like the first 30 or so minutes of Man of Steel, where it's just Superman, if you don't count the opening, that's on Krypton. The opening where we just get to follow Superman and the little bits of Lois Lane that was in there, I loved it. Seriously, I absolutely loved it up until the point where they meet and Superman tells Lois Lane about what happened to Jonathan Kent and how he died. Now, I didn't agree with how he died, but okay, if that's how you wanted to do it, fine. In all honesty, I thought that from that point on, the movie just went downhill. I didn't like the fact that they brought in Zod. I think they should have saved him for another movie. I think that this movie should have just focused on Superman and him just being on this world and him finding his place in this world. I just thought that alone would have made a fantastic movie, and it would have been, in my opinion, one of the best super movies ever, just right up there with the Donner Superman movies, or at least Superman 1 and 2. Honestly, I haven't seen 3 and 4, so I can't comment on whether or not I like or hate them, but everyone keeps talking about how bad they are, so I just never even bothered. So who knows? Maybe I'll watch them eventually. Just to finally see what everyone was talking about. Who knows? Maybe I'll end up liking them for what they are. So let's finally get into this article. So Supergirl movie is canceled, and Henry Cavill will be back as Superman again. Like I said, this is a rumor, so take it with a grain of salt. We mentioned the Supergirl film supposedly in development at Warner Brothers in our story about Batwoman and CW Supergirl's ratings, which, by the way, I plan on making a video about that because I figured I should make a video about that since I do cover Batwoman on this channel, unfortunately. So I do plan on making a video talking about the ratings for those shows, specifically Batwoman. That production may be off the table now, but there's more. Henry Cavill could return to action, which, by the way, like I said, I am excited for. I would love to see him again as Superman. A rumor from Heroic Hollywood and an exclusive source of theirs claims Supergirl's big screen return is on hold until WB figures out what to do with Superman in a post-Justice League climate. Which, by the way, when they said that we have no idea how to make a Superman movie, I was in shock because, like, how can you be this dumb? Like, whatever, okay. It suggested that the studio is listening to fans who vocally want Cavill back and have since Superman's cameo in Shazam that was intended for the Witcher actor. But I heard that he couldn't make it because, his schedule with the Witcher wouldn't allow him to do it. Cavill made it rather clear multiple times he wants to stay in the role. In fact, he knows what story he'd like to adapt. During a live stream leading up to the release of Mission Impossible Fallout, he pointed to the 2005 story Superman for Tomorrow by Brian Azzarello, Jim Lee, and Scott Williams. Millions of people, including Lois Lane, disappear while Supes is off-world. He talks to a priest and saves the world in a most magnificent way, stuff Cavill wanted to explore. He said at the time, there's a lot of weight to it. I don't know if it's the exact one I'd make a movie out of, but I definitely take tones from it. You really get an insight into Superman's mind. He talks to a priest a lot, and you see him trying to save the world in literally the most magnificent of ways. That could make for an interesting Man of Steel 2 if we ever get it, and might be better than alleged plans for Supergirl. Which, by the way, I don't think Supergirl would. I don't think Supergirl is right for a movie now because, because it's like they already mentioned, the ratings for the show is not good. It's just not good. The ratings have been tanking with every single season, and even with me because I've been following the show for a while now, ever since the first season, and it's just it got to a point where even I couldn't do it. I gave up. I got so bored. I got so bored. It's just they were telling the exact same story over and over and over again. It's just it got exhausting. Now let's continue. Announced in 2018, Supergirl was slated to begin filming this year. Prevailing wisdom was it would softly reboot and recast Big Blue himself. David Corenswet was a name that often came up. COVID-19 turned the world upside down, but it sounds like Supergirl was in trouble. Regardless, the first sign it was on hold was Michael Shannon, taken by surprise by the idea when interviewed in Australia recently, unsure if he'd play Zod again. And I guess this is a quote from Michael Shannon. Wow, that's interesting. I swear to God, I'm not kidding. You are breaking this news to me. I'll have to look into that. Zod again? I don't know. It's been a while. I'm a little older and creakier now. I'm not sure I could do all the moves. According to HH, Hollywood Heroics. Okay, the flick might have been a prequel to Man of Steel, as opposed to a standalone adventure with Brainiac as the villain. Questions would have arisen as to why the Earthlings remained in the dark about aliens and godlike beings in the 2010s, especially when an open Kryptonian pod could be evidence Kara is out there somewhere, not letting her cousin or the Justice League know. Henry Cavill's fate could hinge on Dwayne Johnson, who we reported wants Cavill in Shazam, and Black Adam sequels to slug it out with Kandak's magical anti-hero and ruler. The two share management in Johnson's ex-wife, Danny Garcia. We'll see where this goes, but as Cavill told Men's Health, we can count on him to be all in. And he says, I've not given up the role. There's a lot I have to give for Superman yet, a lot of storytelling to do, a lot of real true depth to the honesty of the character I want to get into. I want to reflect the comic books. That's important to me. There's a lot of justice to be done for Superman. The status is, you'll see. Now, see, this to me is the difference between Henry Cavill and a lot of the other actors who play... a lot of the actors who play these characters that we know from comics, well, a lot of them may not have, like a lot of them, okay, maybe they're not as into the character as, let's say, maybe Henry Cavill is, but they still do their best. They still do their research. The problem that, unfortunately, a lot of other actors have is they seem to have nothing but contempt for these characters. Like, they genuinely do not care about these characters at all, whereas Henry Cavill, you can tell he actually cares about Superman. And he knows why this movie means a lot to people like us. He knows that these characters mean something to us. Based on his schedule and what he has told other outlets, Cavill could do 2 projects or feature films a year. So this is very, very interesting. Now, like I said, I have never had a problem with Henry Cavill's Superman. I thought that the writing he was given was just not as good. But like I said, when it comes to the writing in Man of Steel, like I said, from the point that they brought in Zod, it's just from that point on, the movie just went completely downhill. I thought that they should have continued with what they were doing at the beginning of the movie, because to me, it honestly felt like I was watching 2 completely different movies. It felt like I was watching 2 completely different movies, and it's just, it kind of sucked. It's just, I didn't like it. I don't understand why they did that. And I don't know, maybe they thought that people wouldn't be as interested in the movie if the movie didn't have like a big bad, which I don't agree with that. I mean, I get that a lot of superhero movies, like it's a trope to have like a main villain, but in all honesty, I wouldn't have been opposed if they had a Superman movie where there wasn't really a big bad, where it's just about Superman like finding his place in this world after he arrived here and after he found out that he's not even from here. I would have loved to see a movie like that. It's just, and I thought that was going to be the movie, but again, they brought in Zod, the big bad, and it just ended with a big climactic CG battle at the end, which I guess, again, yeah, it looked good. I'm not, again, just to be fair, it did look good, but it wasn't interesting to me. I'm sorry, it wasn't. Again, if you liked it, that's great, more power to you, but I didn't. So Anyway, that is all I have to say when it comes to this article. As always, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. What do you think of this rumor? Do you believe it's true? Do you not believe it's true? Let me know all of that in the comment section down below. And if you've watched up until this point, thank you so much. I appreciate you helping me get the watch time. But if you want to find another way to support my channel, all you have to do is click on the like button, share this video. If you have a Twitter or Instagram or whatever, share this video, help spread the awareness of this channel, help people know that this channel is out there. And always leave a comment. And if you want to find the best way to support me, please remember to click on the subscribe button. Help me get this channel to 1,000 subs. And to anyone who has subscribed, thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for the support. And if you have, please check to make sure you're still subscribed, because I keep hearing that YouTube keeps unsubscribing people. Now, it hasn't happened to me yet, but check just in case. And also, if you do subscribe, please remember to click on the bell icon. That way you will know whenever I post a new video. So with all of that out of the way, we'll end the video right here. As always, guys, you have been awesome. Please remember to stay safe and have a nice day. Bye.